Alright, so no introduction there, but still follow me on Patreon and all my links in Odyssey and make sure just in case anybody happens to channel Shadowban or Deleter or Terminator. Anyways, random pop culture news figure. Anyways, this Fortnite news, I haven't said anything about Fortnite in a real long time. AK Epic Games Store, that's really what it was. It's really truly what it is. Anyways, as I was saying before, so I haven't talked anything about Epic Games in almost like a year. So I know last week or a week or a half ago, like they decided to like put The Witcher in the latest Fortnite update or whatever for Chapter 4, Volume 4, Season 4, whatever you want to call it. This is parents who say their kids won't eat or shower because they're addicted to Fortnite slams Epic Games with lawsuits. Comes from Jordan Hart. Links description down below. I'm not sure if I should put this one. I'll probably put the Nintendo life one, but I don't know if I'll get a copyright claim or strike if I put Business Insider link, so I'll leave the words down below. So yeah, I'm going to read half this article. I'm probably going to skip 2 paragraphs, let's really jump into it. This was the silliest shit in the world, but this is how somebody's, now my generation, millennials, dealing with their kids, even older Gen Xers, if they still have freaking kids, like, so they deal with them, play Fortnite games all day, and there's nothing wrong with that either, just as long as you're not heavily overly addicted to it and touch grass once in a while. That touching grass doesn't have to be weed or marijuana. Like, they're over 18. Obviously, they're under that. They shouldn't be doing that. But I think I was like 15, 16 when they touched my first, marijuana, those THC. This is when it was still legal before 2015, 16, after Colorado made it a whole legalized thing. And then got into legal here in Vegas. But let's move on. Canadian Supreme Court judge authorized a lawsuit against Fortnite manufacturer filled by Quebec parents said that their children become addicted to the video game. I'm playing X-Men music in the back. I didn't even know Epic Games Store actually owned X-Men Destiny. That's wild. I had to look on Wikipedia for that, but let's move on. On July 3, parents told Justice Civilian, I'm going to say this right, Lussier, saying that their children appear to be severely dependent on Fortnite and stop eating, sleeping, and showering as a result. BBC News reports. I want to get an extra shout out to my boy Neon and Geeky Sparkles over there at Clownfish TV. I'll leave the link to their video down below. I heard it from them first, so I gotta get credit is due them. Neon. And sometimes I know he's really, really a negative piece of shit when it comes to like Disney and Warner Bros. And all that, but he's got the right to do it, in my personal opinion. Well, let's move on. It says Lussier's Wednesday's ruling determined the class action lawsuit wasn't frivolously or manifestly ill-founded, according to Global News. So the court concludes that there is a serious issue being argued to support sufficient specific allegations as to existence risk of even dangerous arisings for the use of Fortnite. Lussier ruled. An attorney from the firm brought that the suit equated to the game's maker, Epic Games, to a T word, I'm just going to say dirty weed, manufactured from an interview. So the legal responsibility is basically the same, quote unquote. This is, I guess, from Epic's lawyers, I guess, talking, I don't know, unless it's the parents' lawyers, I don't know who's talking here. It says, our motion was heavily inspired by dirty weed motion and terms that they were alleging. I don't even know what that even means. Allegiating. Lawyer Alessandro Espinoso Chartrand said, according to the Global News report. Lussier echoed a comparison of video game and dirty weed addiction as a harmful effect of substances was not recognized to admit it overnight, because I can't say that word. My channel in danger if I say that word. However, the court didn't agree with the parents' claim that Epic Games deliberately made Fortnite addictive. Not sure these are like boomer and Karen parents, but I don't know. Maybe they're around my age and just understand games like they should. They're millennial games, but let's move on. This quote, the court finds that there is no evidence to these allegations for deliberate creation of an addictive game that says, quote, the judge wrote, does not exclude any possibility of the game. In fact, addictive, and that is designer and distributor are presumed to know. And quote, Epic Games has denied the validity of a suit being a statement as obtained by the BBC. This quote, this is the last part, and you guys can read the last 2 paragraphs on here. I'm going to read them. Parents can receive playtime reports to track the amount of time that their child plays each week. and are required parental permission before purchases are made. The company said, yeah, it's overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I don't know if these parents are taking it too far. I don't know. It's only been around since, what, 2017 or 18? It's not even that old. Fortnite's only going to be 5 years old or 6 years old. Depends. I think 2017 was around, but 2018, after that dude, Tyler Blevins, aka Ninja, started making it super overly popularized. That's when this shit really took off big. I remember seeing that shit in my late 20s, almost early 30s. That thing took over so many things, man. It took over a lot of Gen Z kids, like, little ideas of, probably a few millennial kids too, and they're grown adults now, like my ass. I'll say this. Only 2 games, franchises, excluding Pokemon, because I know I was always addicted to that. I still am. I still got Pokemon Scarlet, even though it's broken. Hopefully they patch it up eventually. The only 2 other franchises I was super highly addicted to video game industry stuff was Grand Theft Auto series. It was that, along with, I'm trying to think of something else. It wasn't Crash Bandicoot, it was either Jack and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank. Probably all 3 of those games together, but I knew when to take breaks. I knew when to touch grass. I knew when to, like, see IRL friends at the time in the weekends, you know? Especially when I was in middle school, high school. Elementary school was different. I was a very huge loner when I was in elementary school, so I literally had zilch amount of friends. My cousins on my dad's side was like the only thing I had the closest to friends. It's unfortunately depressing as shit as that is, but that's how it was for me back in the day. And it was not fun, but I had to do it. But as far as these parents, I highly doubt they're going to win this case. That's cool if they do. I give them a golf clap for trying to sue the living shit out of Fortnite, and not Fortnite, EPICGames store, because they do a lot of shitty, fucked up crap, man. They're not no little angels. Like Tim Sweeney dude, in my personal opinion, is just as bad as Bobby Kotick. Anything. They only care about money. Money and profits, the only thing they give a shit about. They don't care about none of the fans. They don't care about any of the little kids, millions of little kids and teenagers that play their game all the time. There's grown adults that play Fortnite too. I'm not going to say age discriminatory on that, because I know there's grown people that like me. Say still play Dragon Ball Super games, just play Star Wars games, still play Pokemon games, still play even SpongeBob games. It's crazy as shit as that sounds. So I'm not age discriminating. I know it's grown ass men and women. Some especially on Twitch or YouTube live, you know, playing this as a full-time job. I'm not knocking them down for that. I'm glad that they're getting the bag, getting the coin, getting the hustle, getting their money, you know. I have no problem with that at all. No harsh, ill will animosities towards that. Just there's all these billion-dollar companies that know to fucking people over like this, especially these parents as kids. Especially if it's through microtransactions or like gambling addiction sort of shit, then it should be fucking held accountable. But let's go on to the second thing. And I should be playing Nintendo music, but we're still gonna be playing this one. This popular YouTube channel, DidUKnow Gaming, receives copyright strike for Heroes of Hyrule videos. Slap in the face for video game history. This one's for Liam Doolin. I haven't talked about Nintendo news in a while. Oh, this is another one I'm crazy for. I'm not trying to get too sidetracked, but really want to play that Bayonetta Origins. Cereza, and the Lost Demon File. Oh god. I cannot wait to see the fan art for that, man. So, anyways, unfortunate messed up news. I watched this dude for years, since like 2013, years ago, DidUKnow Gaming. So they're a real old school dude, man. It's about like 10, 11 years old, I think their channel is. It might be older than that. So let's jump into it. So DidUKnow Gaming is apparently the latest victim of Nintendo America copyright takedown, according to the popular YouTube channel, best known for documenting long-lost video game history. As recent as Heroes of Hyrule received a copyright strike, but I guess I don't know, this is what the tweet says. Nintendo's removed Heroes of Hyrule. This was a journalistic video documenting a game Retro Studios pitched by Nintendo nearly 20 years ago. This is an attempt by large corporations to silence whatever journalism they don't like, and a slap in the face to video game history preservation. We're exploring all available options to restore the video, unquote. It says DidUKnow Gaming received the research revealed Heroes of Hyrule was stylized like Final Fantasy Tactics and would have been focused on the 3 tasks, the rescuing Link. In the end, Nintendo's rejected. This is them being an old boomer, man. I'm telling you, they do not know what the fucking modern times are, man. They hit themselves with a freaking RPG missile in the freaking foot, not even a bullet. It says on Nintendo rejected pitches before any gameplay prototype could be completed. This isn't the first time we've seen a copyright strike like this, and there's nothing stopping the companies from issuing copyright claims in these sort of scenarios. Last week, DidUKnow Gaming has also released a video about another long-lost retro pitch known as Metroid Tactics. You can learn more about this project and also the Heroes of Hyrule in our previous coverage here. And this is a tweet here. This is bad, man. Just let Nintendo America know what you think. Wow. He really got struck just for freaking talking about the freaking Legend of Zelda Heroes of Hyrule. This freaking horseshit, man. The overall thoughts, views, and opinions, I'm very, very displeased, dissatisfied. I don't know what Shintaro Furukawa was thinking, or any of this. Mainly Nintendo Japan control all of it, you know. It's Nintendo America, Nintendo Europe, probably Nintendo Canada, maybe, or South America too, possibly. And then the Australian one. This is massively fucking crap, bro. This is just them to divide more and more people to hate more Nintendo. I'm like, come on, make old school 80s or the 90s. You had so much old school nostalgia. Older people, and probably a few Gen Xers, play the original Nintendo NES game back in the day when it was still the Famicom and the Super Famicom in Japan. Like, why do they keep screwing over these channels? This is like going back to 2019, 2020 when you still had to register for like an account for Nintendo in order to like review their games in a positive light and get into the good graces of Nintendo. And just look at the 1970s, 1980s way of thinking, and before the internet was around, before people could give good or bad, like positive and negative criticisms about the game. It's utterly ridiculous. I gotta give a shout out to my boy Tech USA, Rich Review Tech USA. I'll leave the link to this video down below. That's all I gotta say for now. Remind you. That's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, famous talking Woodies. I'll see you when it's you. Have a good day, good night, wherever you're at in the universe out there. Stay tuned for more future content to this channel. For the video game industry news, and remind news, Twitter, news, once in a while, I love my news, 34 times out of the month. Reaction review, hype reaction review segment videos. That's it. Take it easy. Peace out. My sorrow. Lacing by. So if you don't take the jab, the poison, or the hydrogels, or the creepy freaking nanobot shit, or the black goo shit, and I'm done. Later. Bye. Stay safe. Happy early Christmas.